The 2024 Ford Ranger finally feels modern, fresh, and like it was built for consumers in America. What kind of vehicle is the 2024 Ford Ranger? The Nissan Frontier, GMC Canyon, Toyota Tacoma, and Chevrolet Colorado are the midsize pickup trucks that the 2024 Ford Ranger competes with. With 3 turbocharged engine options, huge touchscreens, and a new appearance for 2024, the Ranger seems to be a smaller version of Ford's best-selling F-150 truck for those seeking something more manageable. It receives a 5.6 out of 10 TCC rating. What's new for the 2024 Ford Ranger? All the way down to the frame. The majority of the components are new, while the frame is a modified version of the departing truck. The long bed is no longer available, and the less popular normal and extended cabs have been cancelled. There are currently 4 different variants of the Ranger: XL, XLT, Lariat, and Raptor, each with a plethora of equipment options, but only one crew cab model with a 5-foot bed. The deep fender steps facilitate the retrieval or placement of small or cumbersome objects, and the revised bed sides can hold plywood sheets up to 4 feet wide between the wheel wells. With its rounded front look, prominent fenders that bend over 17 or 18-inch wheels, and clamp-shaped lights at the front and rear, the most recent Ranger blends in perfectly with the smaller Maverick and larger F-150 pickup trucks. Along with a larger track that fits 17-inch wheels with 33-inch all-terrain tires, Raptors also glisten thanks to skid plates covering the front, transfer case, and gas tank. The truck also doubles as a recovery hero with 2 tow hooks on either side of dual exhaust pipes. 2024 Ford Ranger performance and engine options. 3 turbocharged engine options are available for the 2024 Ranger, with the standard 2.3-liter turbo for producing 270 horsepower and 310 lb-ft of torque. After a short turbo lag, there is a terrific turbo burst that produces a lot of power. All Ranger models include a 10-speed automatic transmission, which can be limited by a progressive shift factor that effectively removes the highest gears to increase available torque for towing or climbing hills, or it can be bypassed with a manual mode. Later this summer, a 2.7-liter turbo is6 with 315 horsepower and 400 lb-ft of torque will be added to the range for the Bronco and F-150. A 3.0-liter turbo is6 with 405 horsepower and 430 lb-ft of torque from the Bronco Raptor powers the Ranger Raptor Grab, which is the creation of the Raptor family. Compared to the F-150 Raptor, Baja mode is easier to handle when off-roading and is a lot of fun. Except for Raptor versions, which come standard with 4-wheel drive and front and rear locking differentials, 2-wheel drive is the norm and 4-wheel drive is an option. For now, there won't be a hybrid powertrain available. The rear shocks are positioned outboard of the frame rails, and the wheelbase and track have increased by around 2 inches. The Ranger handles less bouncing from the unladen bed and more quietly than before. The Watts Link rear suspension with rear coilovers and remote reservoir Fox Live valve dampers at all 4 corners replaces the rear leaf springs in Raptor variants. The Ranger can tow up to 7,500 pounds, but even with the 2.3-liter engine's lot of power, we experienced trailer vibrations in the seat frame and steering column during our testing with all-terrain tires on the Test Ranger and the Teardrop Camper. 1,805 pounds is the maximum payload rating for the Ranger. Although the crew cab hasn't become any bigger, the back seat can fold to make a flat cargo area, and the bottom of the seat can roll up to reveal concealed storage. Active lane control and automated emergency braking are included as standard. Widely available and standard on higher trims are adaptive cruise control, a surround view camera system, and blind spot monitors that can interface with the trailering system. The hands-free Blue Cruise driving assistance technology from Ford is not an option. How much does the 2024 Ford Ranger cost? Rear-wheel drive 2024 Ford Rangers will set you back $34,160, with a destination fee of $1,595. The basic XL model costs $3,645 more with 4-wheel drive. On XLT and Lariat grades, it is around $3,500, and on the $56,960 Raptor, it is standard. With an 8.0-inch digital gauge cluster in XL and XLT models and a 12.4-inch unit in Lariat and Raptor versions, all Rangers are now digital. The XL and XLT have a 10.1-inch portrait-style touchscreen built into the dashboard, while the Lariat and Raptor come equipped with a 12.0-inch touchscreen as standard. Standard features include 4G LTE connectivity for over-the-air software upgrades, wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, and a 4G LTE network. Note that XLT and higher trucks have 400 watts of power in the bed that can be accessible by a 120-volt socket, so buyers intending to get work done, or tailgate, should be aware of this. The rear window of the Ranger is now available with power sliding. The FX2 and Tremor models vanish, but the FX4 off-road kit comes back. 2024 Ford Ranger styling. It resembles a short but powerful MMA pickup truck fighter and sits comfortably between the larger F-150 and smaller Maverick vehicles. Only the traditional short-bed crew cab configuration is available, which Ford claims is the most widely chosen option. Thanks in part to its flawlessly working interior, it receives a 0.26. Because the wheelbase extends a few inches further and the track is a few inches wider, the 2024 Ranger looks somewhat larger. It adopts the clamp-shaped headlight and taillight design of the F-150, and a bar across the grille has the appearance of a dumbbell with LED running lights weighted on the end. Add fangs with the tow hooks below. The front fender is stamped with the badge identification just like on the F-150, and the rear fenders have steps that are deep enough to fit a pair of boots. Although the electronic gear shifter on the Lariat and Raptor grades is not nearly as enjoyable to use as the mechanical lever on the XL and XLT grades, top models do come with 2 glove boxes. Obama ear-shaped vertical vents surround either a 10.1-inch touchscreen or a 12.0-inch vertical screen on Lariats and Raptors, while an 8.0-inch digital instrument cluster with a 12.4-inch alternative is also available. Red stitching and trim on the vents accentuate the Raptor variants. Aside than that, the Ranger is a delightfully simple device. How much does the Ford Ranger tow? What's the payload? The Ranger's tow rating is increased to 7,500 pounds with the 2.3-liter turbo 4 with rear or four-wheel drive when the Max trailer kit with additional cooling and a class 4 receiver is added. The base trailer package with a bumper-mounted ball can tow up to 3,500 pounds. With all-terrain tires on both the test truck and the 3,000-pound teardrop trailer, there's judder even though it never feels like the trailer wags the cab downhill or it stops. There's enough of power uphill and no discernible sag with the leaf springs. It's useful to have views of the trailer from above the bed to the hitch, as well as split-view blindside and bird's-eye views. A full-size change would be a camera that could be mounted on the trailer. For infrequent towing, Ford's Pro Trailer Backup Assist, $825, is a need. Once you enter certain statistics on the touchscreen, hit the tow haul button on the dial, and put the vehicle in reverse, the dial functions as a controller much like in a video game. You can use it to spin the trailer gradually in the direction you want it to travel rather than having to steer counter to it. It's a useful tool, particularly when hauling smaller, trickier trailers on occasion. Raptors are only approved for 5,510 pounds of towing. The maximum payload rating for the Ranger is 1,805 pounds, however, when using 4WD, that rating drops to 1,711 pounds. 2024 Ford Ranger Comfort and Quality. The 2024 Ford Ranger has a single crew cab short bed design with adjustable rear seats. With its 5-seat capacity and ample back legroom, the 2024 Ford Ranger is a vehicle that can accommodate 5 people or conceal and tow loads larger than its 5-foot bed. Ford gets points for each of those features, but the front seat bottoms are still shoddily made, so larger passengers may still prefer greater thigh support even with power adjustments that raise the seat lip. It loses a point for a total of 6. Sufficient storage is provided by a twin glove box on the Lariat and Raptor trims, a square center storage console, and door pockets large enough to fit a 24-ounce water bottle. Even on Raptor variants, there is simply a grab handle on the passenger side pillar, not the driver's, while handles on the console sides provide a grasp for riders and frame an accessible wireless smartphone charger. The conventional crew cab of the Ranger maintains its spaciousness despite having a larger wheelbase and wider track, adding only 0.7 cubic feet to the passenger compartment. With just 34.6 inches of rear legroom and somewhat better hip and shoulder room than the previous model, 5 passengers could fit overall with 3 seat belts in the back. However, it will be a cramped and uncomfortable squeeze on those vertical back seats. Fido can jump on those fold-flat seats and stick his schlobber schnoz out to the breeze thanks to the new power-sliding rear window. While Ranger owners should appreciate the advantages of a slightly broader 5-foot bed, Fido could like the sense of what's in back. Because of the bigger track and the shocks moving outside the frame, the width at the wheelhouses increases by 3.4 inches to 48.2 inches, making it wide enough for plywood sheets to pass through. The bed has 6 clamps, and the 120-volt outlet in the bed can be used to fill up air mattresses if you arrive at the campground late. The bed is also illuminated by optional LED lighting from the cab. The tailgate has no hidden features, but it does have a ruler integrated into the top, bottle openers on both sides, clamp apertures, and fender steps that are deep and broad enough to accommodate both booted feet. How safe is the Ford Ranger? The IIHS and NHTSA have not tested previous versions' crashworthiness, but a new skin, a redesigned frame, and standard driver assist technologies like active lane control, automatic high beams, automated emergency braking, and LED lighting could help. Upon completion of official crash tests, we will update this section. Optional features include surround view cameras that interface with the towing functions, blind spot monitors, and adaptive cruise control. The hands-free Blue Cruise driving assistance technology from Ford is not an option. 2024 Ford Ranger features. For roughly $40,000, the 2024 Ranger XLT includes all the necessary features, but the Raptor raptures. The price of the rear-wheel drive 2024 Ford Ranger XL is $34,160, which includes a $1,595 destination charge. The 8.0-inch digital instrument cluster, USB-A and USB-C connections, a vertical 10.1-inch touchscreen with wireless smartphone connectivity, cloth upholstery, power windows and locks, and cruise control are all standard equipment. Models XL and XLT still need a key. The Ranger costs less than $40,000, even with the $3,645 four-wheel drive option. It receives points for affordability and for having an easy-to-use infotainment system. That is a 7. A 3-year per 36,000-mile basic warranty and a 5-year per 60,000-mile powertrain warranty are included with every Ranger. Which Ford Ranger should I buy? We would adore the Ranger Raptor in a world without resource scarcity, but cost and practicality prevent us from realizing such fantasies. For $40,600, we would continue to drive the four-wheel drive XLT. In addition to the 120-volt outlet in the bed, the XLT includes a wireless smartphone charger, a remote start feature, blind spot monitors, LED fog lamps, and bed lighting. We would add the FX4 off-road package, $1,295, and the Advanced Towing Plus Technology package, $2,305, with the surround view camera system and Pro Trailer Backup Assist for a Raptor Lite build. At $44,290, that would check us out. How much is a fully loaded Ranger? The cost of a Ranger Raptor is $56,960. It's fair, even though it pains us too. It borrows the following features from the $45,120 Lariat, in addition to the mechanical enhancements detailed in the performance section, a 10-speaker Bang & Olufsen sound system, heated steering wheel, power front seats, adaptive cruise control, surround view camera system, twin 12.0-inch displays, and the aforementioned top towing package. Thanks for watching.